What's up? What's up? I had to be quiet in the gym because they're playing really bad dance music. You know, the yo 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 type. Hello, everyone. It's OJ. It's the glove. Hello. I'm finally back to working out full bore. The back is 100%. I'll do a bit of a stream and then I have to go to the Comedy Store because the beloved waitress / bartender Lenny, she is moving back to New York. She's actually very cool. Here's another business that'll be dead. Affordable patios. It's got to be a money laundering front. But that's all right. It's so weird how you can see a business and they're not even open yet. And, you know, they're doomed for failure. Like, you know, Nike should do pretty well. And of course, here's the first place I bought my first pair of leather pants. All right, we got music playing. Hold on. I don't have a problem with Pat, but to be honest with you, I don't really know him. I mean, I met him once at Hackamania. Seemed like a nice enough guy, but, you know, no, ICE has not visited the Comedy Store. They're pretty hardcore at the store. Like, everyone who works there has been passed their, I guess, their citizens test. No, I don't drop no N-bombs in public. Hey, so it's actually a pretty chill night in West Hollywood. But Sunday nights, they party. Like, you'll see when we walk by the bars. They're packed. People drinking. Basically doing everything in ING you could imagine. Sucking. And all kinds of stuff. So, welcome. Yeah, we don't talk about Pat and Gino's problems in this stream. I was just messaging with Gino. I mean, I found Pat Dixon to be kind of quiet, but he got there late to Hackamania, so we didn't really talk all that much. Because I went to another gig, actually. No, I'm not getting on the bus. Get the firehouse, 'cause she sets my soul on fire. I don't really know what happened. I mean, I'm against any and all sucker punches, and but I'm sure Gino did something to, you know, warrant getting hit in the face. But I don't think a sucker punch was the way to do it. But I don't know. I mean, we all have a limit in terms of what we will tolerate. Apparently, Gino hit Pat's limit. I mean, I think it was pretty stupid to do it in a bar where, there's cameras around. You do it on the street, or hell, there's probably cameras on every street corner now. But, it's just not worth it. I mean, look at all the legal trouble Gino got into. Or I'm sorry, Pat got into. It just wasn't worth it to me. I mean, for that probably 5 seconds of pleasure he felt hitting him, all the money, the legal stuff, just not worth it. I mean, I've never really been that angry at someone where I wanted to sucker punch them. I mean, I've certainly gotten angry playing hockey, but hockey is, a sport that really takes care of itself. Like, if you're a dirty player in hockey, you gotta back it up. So, I think that's why I like hockey so much. It's a very alpha male sport. We're just walking up to my palatial estate. I've got to take my supplements and whatnot, so I will let you guys do what you gotta do. Be honest with you, bro. I don't listen to comedy. I've never seen Chad do 1 minute of stand-up. I've known him for 15 years. I mean, me and Hinchcliffe are paid regulars at the same club. I've never watched his stand-up. And he's probably never watched mine. So, I was on Brian Holtzman's show last night at the Comedy Store. It's probably 8 to 10 funny comics on it. I didn't watch 1 second of stand-up last night. But that's just who I am. Especially last night. I think I was literally the youngest comic on the show. And I didn't want to watch anyone. When you have a bunch of white comics in their 50s, we're probably all going to talk about the same shit. So I just stayed in the green room. All right. I can Lois greets me at the door. Get back, Lois. All right. Let's we'll take care of business. Let me put the hold on. I'll put the Earl sign on. And you guys can chat amongst yourselves for 2 seconds. While I supplement. Did I flake out? I don't know what that means. Yes, rat and roll. I will answer questions off air as I eat my protein donut. I don't like to eat on camera because I've got class. Peter Chicken Man Brennan. I did see your brother last night, Mr. Chicken Man. It's a protein donut right here. I did not get to say hello to him. LA's fine. The riots, excuse me, I mean the protest, they're about 20 miles east of me. Maybe someone should buy me an MLC t-shirt and I'll wear it and take a picture with Neil in it. Set the internet on fire. I hope you all are doing well tonight. Why would you want to fight the Chicken Man, AC/DC? I thought you guys were friends, OG friends. I'm not going to cut the sleeves off this t-shirt. Maybe that's where I should do my special, just right in the middle of the riots. That would probably go viral. I mean, anything to get some eyes on the product. Whatever it takes. I'm a soldier. Let me do some cleanup duty here. Duty. All right, we're good to go. Oh, we don't talk about Joey C in here. I mean, come on now. I have to keep some decorum here. I don't think my comedy is going to bring too many people together. But who knows? Maybe it would. That would be pretty funny if I just filmed the special in a Waymo. Windows down, speakers blasting out. I mean, you never know. I mean, you know, anything is possible in LA comedy. I took a ice bath, cold plunge, and a sauna today as well. So my body's feeling pretty good right now. It's been hurting the last week. I started to wonder, you know, I would say the average age of my hockey league is probably 27, between 25 and 27. And I am 56. I'll be 57 in September. Hold on, I have not, Michael. But hit the like and subscribe button. Please. You seem like someone who will get along in this stream. We're a family-friendly stream in the Earlverse. Young, old man, yes. Peter Chicken Man Brennan talking about anything can happen in the LA comedy scene. Huh. Damn. That's a deep cut, a Ron Swallow reference. Someone told me that Ron Swallow used to work at the Comedy Store. I can't find any record of that. I'm surprised, Chicken Man, you haven't thrown out a TK reference. I say we block Michael. I mean, he's just a troll, you know, as long as he doesn't say anything stupid, I'll keep him in here. You know, when you have a stream of 11 people, you can't really kick people out. Lois is just chilling right now. I got her some new peanut butter snacks. She be liking them. Another Captain America movie. A black Captain America? Jesus. I'm assuming Gino's either going to watch that movie and get completely rock hard, or I don't know. I want to go George Perez show at the store soon. I love George Perez. He's one of the good ones, that's for sure. I mean, Michael tried to be funny. The problem when you write something that long and it's not funny at the end, you know, you got to have the payoff. It's like a joke, a long joke. You got to really, like, you know, my Son of Godzilla joke, it's a fairly long joke. And to be honest with you, the payoff ain't there. So, I've kind of cut that joke from the set. Unless the crowd's hot. Then AC/DC, you seem fired up tonight. Sorry I have to blow my nose on camera, but I'm getting the last of the sniffles out of my way. See, now that's funny. Michael, if you're still in here, that's funny what Dominic just said. Yeah, I mean, they might try and dive through the screen. It looked like Michael B. Jordan. Is he Captain America? I'll always have a fondness for the first Captain America I knew of on television, the great Reb Brown. But you have to be of a certain age to appreciate Reb Brown. Did you go out for No King's Day? I was out yesterday. And was walking my dog, got caught up in the riot. It wasn't really a riot. I mean, it was a pretty peaceful parade by me. I'm good on that one, Dominic, but I was just letting Michael know that's how you do it. Quick. It was a quick hitter. Did you see Goots at Pride? I mean, Kevin is protecting Goots. Ray Goots. I believe Ray Goots is out here now. Yeah, I could tell you're fired up. I don't know why you would move out to LA with nothing going on. Now, I don't know much about, maybe Ray does have something going on, but like I would not move to New York with nothing going on. No, they don't really fuck around in my neighborhood. I mean, even with the George Floyd protest, I literally could shoot a hockey puck into the sheriff's station
and the West Hollywood Sheriff's Station, they were like the staging area for the National Guard. So there was no really shenanigans by us. So I'm kind of in that regards in a good area. Just like for the Rodney King riots, I was in Century City. They were never going to get to Century City. Trust me on that one. But, I have a lot of friends of mine who are downtown. Who brought you up last night? Well, this was a crazy show last night. It was the Brian Holtzman and Friends show. And if you've ever seen the movie Goodfellas, remember the scene where the truck driver drops off the truck so De Niro and Liotta could steal it? And the guy walks into the diner and goes, "Hey, can I borrow your phone? 2 Newports just stole my truck." That guy, Bob Golub. I'm not going up tonight. I'm just going to say goodbye to one of my favorite waitresses. I did not say that, AC/DC. Yes, Bob Golub. Who else was on the show that you guys would know? Well, Holtzman closed it out. I'm trying to think who else was on the show. Jason Galern, very funny comedy store guy. No, I've never hooked up with this waitress. Jim Painter was not on the show. And, I was dating someone about a year ago. It was a very short-lived fling, I guess you'd call it. And one of the reasons was she said, "Well, I heard you bang all the waitresses at the Comedy Store." Jonathan Beaker. He might have been, actually. And I started going to the Comedy Store in late 99. Here we are, 2025. So I'll say 25 years total. And in that total, 25 years at the Comedy Store, I've had sex with one waitress. And no, I'm not going to name her, you pigs. So that's the flying Skakel finishing move off the top turnbuckle. Julian, you broke a major rule just now, typing in all caps, especially right after the Chicken Man, Peter Brennan. There's only 2 people in the Earlverse who have all caps privileges, and that is the Chicken Man and Hi-Fi Protege. Hey, see, that's what Dominic's being funny tonight. There's a first from everything. Hey, so I have a reputation of being a ladies' man, but not with the waitresses at the Comedy Store. One waitress in 25 years. Thank you very much. Now, if we talk about podcast guests, that's another story. Hey-o, hey-o. Peter Chicken Man Brennan. Was the waitress Tony? No, it was not Tony the first. What is OB? Tony the Obe? I don't know what that. You talking about? Who's the guy that got fired for Kirk, the editor in the video room? I'm getting your goat tonight, Skakel. Not really, Dominic. I mean, you're good, but you're not that good. I'm like the Warriors at the end of the Warriors. You Warriors are good, real good, the best. Now I'm sounding like Hinchcliffe. Hello. Tony Hinchcliffe would have beaten K. Trevor Wilson. By the way, someone that I beat. we would have faced each other on season 1. And I can tell you the jokes I had were bangers. And then if Bolivia would have beaten K. Trevor Wilson, who I beat, we would have battled in the finale. Oh, I beat her already. Anyway, sorry. So, hope you guys are doing well. Hope your guys' weekend was well. Stanley Cup Finals, potential clinching game Tuesday in Sunrise, Florida. So that'll be a good game. I mean, it gets real interesting if Edmonton wins Game 6. And then Game 7 is in Edmonton. I'm trying really to avoid any of those shows. I mean, every now and then I'll do MLC, just, like I said many times before, they all clip each other and then I get caught in the crossfire and I'm just over it. So, but I did give Chad some new sound effects tonight, so watch out for those. They will be, I'm sure, maybe even dropping tomorrow. Who knows? But, never say never. I'd rather do my own stream. No, you got to pay for those, Dominic. You got to show me the money, honey. I can't do free jokes in here, I mean, I am probably the best streamer going for answering all the free questions. Now that open mic is back at the store, who's your pick to become the Dane Cook of open mics? Well, they have to take my mantle. Whoa, $1.99, one joke. Hold on, let me get my book out. Oh, well, let me do this first. I did write some bangers the other day. I don't really watch the open mic at the Comedy Store, so that's a tough one to say. And they also have set of the mic or set of the night now, so that is, I don't know. I mean, there's some very funny young. I like Joey Cerrone. He's one of the new door guys. He's very funny. So I would keep my eye out on him. Eric Rocha is very funny. There's a lot of talent at the Comedy Store. That is for sure. Let's see here. Let me pull up my jokes I was writing the other day. Steve Marshall was also on the show last night. No, that's an Alice Cooper shirt. See, let me. All right, let's get you your joke, Dominic. You seem pretty fired up today. I'll give you a few jokes. Hey, they say semen is amazing for the face, but you ever watch the close-ups of a porno in 4K? Yeah, I don't think so. Hello, that's pretty good. Anyone else ever jack off before yoga? Hello. I would like to do a reality show where there was no alcohol, no sex, and all unattractive people, just to see if it would get past the first commercial break before it got canceled. Hello, that's 3 bangers right there. Um, I went to a celebrity autograph show, and I'm not saying they were hurting for celebs, but the promoter was like, "Hey, Earl, do you want to do the next one?" What the, what the, what the, what the, what the, what the? I mean, gay pride was crazy. It was nuts. Get it? It was nuts. Why don't they do a heterosexual pride parade? Would be nice to see a set of double D's without a 9-inch rod attached to them. Pew! If you know what I'm saying. I think you do. All right, that's 5 jokes. I just gave you 5 jokes for $1.99. When you take out YouTube's cut, it's probably 5 jokes for under $1. What is this, Arby's? Hello. So what's up, TB? What's up? I'm just fucking around here tonight. Hold on. We'll see. We'll show you guys my parents on still Father's Day. So it's my mom and dad right there. Arby's Overlay Activate, brought to you by All the Meats. We've got the meats. Actually, I have a funny story. Well, I'd blow my cover if I value my sources, but I'll tell you a funny story about Arby's one day. And my source is real true, if you know what I mean. My mom was very pretty, and my dad was a very good-looking guy. He was one of those guys who, even with a wonky hairline, was still very good-looking. Oh, I love it. I love it, AC/DC. I almost went to last night's show, but saw that Holtzman couldn't get Peter Chin on the show. This was a show that Peter Chin would have been on, and Rose was there. She loved it. So I think they're going to be doing more specialty shows at the Comedy Store like this. I mean, it was pretty funny to see Steve Marshall on the main. Steve's a great comic. I think he's a New York guy now, but he's a very funny comic. Bob Golub. I went right from the stage to, there was a AEW wrestler in the back bar I had to talk to, the Blade of the tag team, the Butcher and the Blade. So I hung out with him. Steve Marshall did MLC, I think, in the early. Yeah, I mean that's Steve Marshall. What up, Shandy Girl? He's very funny. I mean, there's so many funny older comics that don't get the chance. And Bob Golub's a pretty established actor. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, Jason Glern, you guys know. Well, let me pull up my Instagram post. I think. No, it's probably gone now, but I don't know about Barry Ribs. But you know what? To be honest with you, I've never seen a Barry Ribs show. I've never seen Barry Ribs do stand-up. The only Barry Ribs thing I've seen was now here's some of the comics who were on the show. John DeResta, whose claim to fame was literally having the lowest rated sitcom in the history of television. I think it was on UPN. Steve Marshall, Howard Berger. I haven't seen Howard in quite some time. Bob Golub, Mike Baberman, Earl Skakel, Jason Galern, and the great Brian Holtzman. I think you have the pull at the store to have a KB on Earl and friends without any pushback, right? Oh, absolutely. Um, I mean, Kevin's a great stand-up, but he's probably lost the desire to do it when you make the money he makes. I mean, even if you believe Melton's breakdown, which seemed to be pretty accurate, um, Kevin clears probably close to 100 grand. I mean, he makes 230 or whatever. If you base it on last year's super chats and Patreon and whatnot, 100 grand a year take home. That's pretty good. Um, there's only one man who does a decent Barry Ribs impression, 100%, and that's Skakel. But the only Barry Ribs thing I've seen was his roast battle with, was it Pat Dixon? Yeah, Pat Dixon. So that is literally the only. Well, that's funny. That's the only thing I've ever seen. I've never seen Ray DeVito do stand up. I've only seen his roast battle with Chad. So I think he's secretly writing every day in case MLC goes away. He can always go to comedy. I like Andrew Santino. He was always incredibly nice to me on the set of I'm Dying Up Here. I think one day I was eating with the extras. I mean, I was a recurring character on the show, but, I was basically, excuse me, a glorified extra. I had like one line an episode or whatever. I know allergies, they got me. But hopefully I did a salt infrared sauna today to clear me up. And I'm not completely clear, but, I feel pretty good. And Santino would always have me eat with the main cast. So I love Santino. He's always been nice to me. I think we bonded over one incident, maybe 15 years ago. We were doing this shitty Greek restaurant gig, like in the marina. And it was awful. Everyone's bombing, And so I had my computer and I pull up, what was it, ghettogaggers.net. And so I acted like I was just typing something. The comic on stage couldn't see anything but the back of my computer. And I just tilted my computer so everyone behind me could see it. And everyone started laughing. And this guy thought he was killing. So Santino's a very talented actor. I mean, in that one scene, it was the last episode ever of I'm Dying Up Here. Santino had basically a one-on-one scene with Melissa Leo, who's won an Oscar. And he held his own with her, I thought. That was the famous scene where we're all sitting at the diner and Santino's trying to get us to form a union. And I chime in with the Skakel one-liner. We're still getting our free gruel, right? And let me tell you something. That line at the table read killed. Like, the head of Showtime was sitting next to me. Even Melissa Leo, who, isn't the most humorous person, she even looked up and laughed. So, who's the comic who thought he was getting last, but it's just you naked? Sometimes I'm bad with names. Peter Prenz. And it's funny, it happened on a Sunday night at the Knitting Factory. Knitting Factory was a great room. I mean, you had Nick Swartzen come in, and Anthony Clark at the height of his fame, Ian Bagg, Ralphie May, Brody. It was really a who's who of LA comedy. And but guys like me could go up too, and I probably shouldn't have been on a show with all those guys, but you don't know until you know. And there was this one guy named Peter Prinz who was whatever, a horrible comic. Like he made it on the blooper reel of Last Comic Standing. Um, I don't remember Debbie Chase. I remember my friend Danielle Stewart did it. She was awesome. D. Stew, we called her. I think she dated Jason Tebow around that era. So Peter Prince goes up there and he's bombing. Like it's dead silent and it's packed. It's not in the big performance room. It was in the little performance room. Probably, basically what would be the knitting factory's belly room. And so I had heard his jokes so many times. I knew the cadence of the jokes. So I think I was with Ian Bagg, and I noticed the hole behind the curtain. And I said, I'll be right back, Ian. Now, the knitting factory, that room was kind of weird because the exit door was right by the stage left. So if you left, people knew. So I had to kind of make my way around to that part of the stage, and then I jumped on stage behind the curtain without him seeing me. I think I opened the door so he would thought I left. And then so when he would do the punchlines, I was like jacking off behind the curtain, and I stuck my boner in the hole in the curtain right when he would do the punchline, and the whole room was like busting up. Like he was killing. So then the next night at Ireland's 32, he's doing the same set and bombing, like dead silent in the room. And I was playing that golf game where you roll the ball and you could hear me hitting the tracker more than you could hear Peter. It was so quiet in there. He gets off stage, the next comic goes up, and Peter walks back where I was and goes, man, Earl, I don't know what happened. Last night those jokes killed. I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't know. Hey-oh, hey-oh. I never talked to Ralphie about that particular incident, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. I was never an Opie and Anthony guy, so we didn't really have access to them out here. And I was a radio guy, so I could listen to Stern on KLSX. I could listen to Tom Likas. Was Favorman on? I brought Mike Favorman up. And it was a really fun show, actually. Everyone did well. I had a good set. I wasn't a great set. It was weird because it was only 7 minutes. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the first time, well, it's not the first time I met Ralphie, but I met him originally at the Hot Wired Cafe when I first started doing stand-up. He would go to watch his wife, Lana. But I was in, where was it? Washington State, where the Parlor Club was. The Parlor Club was in a very rich neighborhood. Like Bill Gates lived there. Beaumont or something. Beaumont, Washington, or Bellevue, Washington. Maybe it was Bellevue. And we had to do morning radio, so it's me, Rob, and Jeff Richards. And then all of a sudden, Ralphie May just walked in. And I guess he was doing a theater. So for a second, it was Ralphie, me, Rob, and Jeff. And I don't think Rob knew who Ralphie was, so he was kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, this is a guy playing the theater. But I will say, Rob was so popular, they added show after show everywhere we went. Like if I did a comedy club this weekend, I do probably maybe one show Thursday night, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. That's it. 5 shows basically. Rob's so popular, we would do 2 shows Thursday night, 2 shows Friday night, 3 shows Saturday, at least 1 show Sunday, and one club that was going out of business in, where was it? Jacksonville, I think. The Comedy Zone, or one of those fucking local yokel clubs. Not only did we do shows on Monday, we did shows on Tuesday too. Does AEW have advertising on their ring? I don't think so. I think it's just AEW in the middle of the ring. But the Blade, great guy. If you watch it, he's kind of that jobber tag team, the Butcher and the Blade. But he's out here recovering from, I think, an injury. So I should be bumping into him a lot more. And I believe his wife, she was in the, to me, it was the best women's match in AEW history. Very bloody match. I need some water. I'll be right back. Woo! Damn. I know, I'm turning into Lois. Me and Lois coughing together. Sorry, boys. I'm sure this stream will go down. Yeah, I don't know about that, Dominic. Rob's really funny, to be honest with you. He doesn't quite get the credit. But I mean, how many streamers keep going? Coughing, sneezing. I'm a fucking soldier. Because I love my fans. I haven't coughed all day. I might have to go to CVS and get some cough drops. I allergies, which is weird, but I had a little frog in my throat. Gribbit, gribbit, gribbit. So there we go. Thank you guys for tolerating my cough, my sniffles, my bad back this week. No temperature. Let me take my cough medicine.
All right, that should power me through. No, I don't think so. You must have stepped away, Chicken Man. But I've only slept with one waitress in 25 years of being at the Comedy Store. Show went great, Kia. Thank you very much. Everyone did well. There was a good energy at the store. No drama. No bullshit. Everyone was happy to see Holtzman. No, it wasn't the Rosenberg sisters. Hello. But they weren't waitresses, so that's why my numbers aren't fudged. They were cool. One of them passed away. But we won't get into my interactions. I mean, it wasn't completely full, but the front section was full. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, none of us really had. I mean, I probably had the most TV credits of anyone on the lineup. So, that just goes to show you, the lineup. But it was a very fun show. And like I said, I think I was the youngest comic on the show. So it's very rare that I can say that. No, I mean, the elliptical that I have is unfixable. It literally collapsed. So it's not like, I've had it fixed before. I mean, I used it a lot. Chandler used it a fair amount. I mean, yeah, I mean, so, I got my money's worth. I mean, it was a cheap, the pre-cores are like $8,000 for like the ones you get at Equinox or any major gym. This was a Spirit elliptical. I think I paid $1,200 for it, and it lasted 4 years with pretty consistent use. I mean, I'm, whatever, 200 pounds, so that's a lot of weight on it. Chandler was, she was skinny, so like, but still, it's, 100 pounds or whatever, 120 pounds, so it that held up. So, kept the Skakel, but I do have a nice ass, to be honest with you. Very nice ass. Trust me on that one. And the front part ain't so bad either. Hello, hello. Get those buns tight. My ass is tighter than a clam with lockjaw. Hello, that's a little bonus joke there. My ass is tighter than an Israeli on tax day. Pew. See what's going on. And let me go to Yahoo News. Yeah, Dave Sarah in the house. Dabbleverse legend of sorts. Let's see what's going on. I'll give you the side view for the last few moments we are together. Let me go on Yahoo News. They seem to be on top of it. Iran strikes Israeli cities of Tel Aviv and Haifa. It's all when they start going after Tel Aviv. Wow, that's crazy. Message held in review. That's Alice Cooper. My ass is so tight.
It squeaks when I walk. Who's that? Yes, Holtzman, fresh from a trip abroad, is a fun Holtzman. Holtzman was awesome. Wow, Air India crash, co-pilot error. Oh boy, man, that's a tough one. Let's see. Well, they've got both black boxes, so they should find out what happened. I think the pilot flying said to the co-pilot, "Gear up," at the appropriate time. I think the co-pilot grabbed a flap handle and raised the flaps instead of the gear. Jesus. If that happened, this explains a lot why the aeroplane stopped flying. Wow. That's a tough one. And that's a lawsuit. Big time for Air India. One of their employees just killed 220 people. Um, that's a tough one. Who is reporting that? That is the Telegraph out of the UK, and multiple sources quoted. Um, that would point to potential human error if flaps aren't set correctly, but the resolution of the video is too low to confirm that. I think a lot of people think that because of the landing gear was still up at about 600 feet, where normally it's up at about 100 to 150 at the highest end. So, wow, that's a tough one. We're gonna another 5 minutes, guys. Earl, no chance that dot head Indian jumped onto the plane and survived, right? I mean, seat 11A, they say now with the last 48 hours that everyone wants to sit in 11A, but I always like to sit in first class just in case the plane goes down. I really do feel that because I paid more for my ticket, that I have more of a chance to survive, but it probably doesn't work like that. I think it reminds me of a Dennis Miller joke where he was like, "Yeah, since you buy a first class ticket, that your seat breaks off into like an emergency pod." But that is a miracle that he literally just walked off the plane. Um, so this is very lucky. I love sitting in first class. I mean, it's the best. And I have this vibe about me that I'm a celebrity. Because I'm usually wearing a leather jacket and tight pants. I got the hair groomed to the nines. And so they always treat me different. So what up, cool boy? I don't know what you're talking about, cool boy. You're going to have to give me that in English. Gay? I don't hate anyone who's making money, honey. I made $1.99 the last hour. So take that, you pores. So, this was a fun stream tonight, guys. It's 12:24. I must end the stream now and go to the Comedy Store and say goodbye to my friend Lenny. But I will be in New York sooner than later, making my return to the Stand Comedy Club. So, and Gutfeld will be in the building. Or I should say, I will be in the Gutfeld building. I cannot confirm the date, but don't worry about it. You live streaming later? No, this is it for me tonight. Although maybe if I'm up at 4 a.m., maybe I'll do a quickie just to see if I can see what the numbers will be like. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Black and Blue, 1999. Just no word at all. Just thank you, Black and Blue. That's a good black. Because you were so generous, I'll sing a Black and Blue song just a little bit. I don't care about society. Hold on, I don't know the words. Hold on. Hold on, kids. Well, the numbers are up. Maybe we need Yonder Wizard back in here. Hold on to lyrics. This is just a little bonus for hold on to 18. All right, here we go. I got one small thing that's on my mind. Am I half dead or am I doing fine? Well, I know one thing. I won't be forgotten. I don't got nothing and I want a lot. If money can't buy it, I don't want to talk. Don't want to be long forgotten. 'Cause I know what I need, but I don't know how to get it. It's totally out of reach. Yeah, I know what I need, but I don't know how to get it. I want to stay young, stay young. So hold on to 18. I know what I like, babe. Hold on to 18. They can't see what I see. I don't care about society. I don't care about responsibility. And I don't need no one. Out on my own, I won't grow old and I don't want to die. You say I'm too young, but that's a dirty lie. I want to be on my own now. I mean, you get the picture. Earl Jam 2025, baby. Thank you, Black and Blue. This message is held for review. This should be fun. CWC, Chud Zumach. Chad Everett was the boss. Yes, they were going for it. Who wrote that song? Producer Dieter Dirks. I like the song Miss Mystery. But that's really, yes, it is a good video. Although the drummer, who ended up being in Stephen Piercy's Rat for a little bit, he was in like dolphin shorts or something. Like, bro, this is your fucking major video release. Put some fucking pants on. I did not go to any of the Cal Jams. I do all right with the ladies. I mean, not lately, to be honest with you, but it's all right. You know, if I never have sex again, I'll live. I've lived a full life. So, yes, Tommy Thayer on guitar, who was in Kiss the last, I don't know, decade. I mean, Black and Blue was a good band. They just, their problem was they just weren't that attractive. I mean, the drummer was kind of a slob. The rhythm guitar player was, he was kind of a good-looking guy, but he was balding. And then the bass player was kind of a good-looking guy, but he looked a little fruity. And Jamie St. James, he wasn't like an awful-looking guy, but he wasn't like Sebastian Bach or whatever. But Ashley Cummings is single and looking for a rebound. No, I'm good. She's just not my type. Too much of a headache. I almost never have sex almost every day of my life. Well, that's, cool, boys. I mean, sex is, maybe I should take Ashley's yoga. Does she teach yoga still? Peter Chicken Man Brennan, I think I have a chance. I don't know what you're talking about. Earth sucks. I was in a threesome with the drummer for Loverboy. And the guitar player from Loverboy, didn't he just disappear in a boating accident and they never found him? It's either the bass player or the drummer. No, it was the bass player or the guitar player from Loverboy just disappeared after a boating accident. I personally don't think he's dead. I think he just got sick of playing Working for the Weekend. Hey, oh, bass. Thank you, TB, very much. Isn't that weird, though? They never found the body. Maybe he'll meet up with the guys who escaped from Alcatraz. Pew! John 5 was married to, I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. Yeah, he realized he was in Loverboy and jumped off a bridge. Pew! Oh, I don't know, TB. I don't know. I mean, I just read about that. I saw Loverboy at the Canyon Club. They weren't bad. I mean, Mike Love was, he's a little heavier than I was used to seeing him, but good show. Um, and yeah, Mike Reno, yes. Almost paradise. I'm knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, Loverboy, they had a nice run with that album, Turn Me Loose, and, obviously Working for the Weekend. And then I think Mike Love went solo, and, he had that one Almost Paradise song, and I think like one other soundtrack song, and then they kind of just have been on autopilot hitting the state fair, kind of doing like the Cheap Trick route. So, I'm sure they're pretty happy in life. I mean, just the money. I mean, I'm sure they license their music for shit all over the world. Turn Me Loose. I mean, that was a big song. I mean, nothing, they were almost like the Outfield where, they could just never catch the glory of that big song, like Your Love. The Outfield has some bangers. I don't know who Geechee Guy is. That would be pretty funny. Or a metal band, 5 rabbis, and call it Jewish Priest. Fuck yeah. Everyone wants to rule the world. That's a bad. Well, Emo Phillips was in one of my favorite Miami Vice episodes. Phil the Shill with Phil Collins, Izzy, and a very rare appearance by Izzy's assistant, Manny, who, if you are a Miami Vice fan, Manny was only in 4 episodes of Miami Vice, and there's virtually no information on Manny on the internet. So that is one. So I'll go with Emo Phillips. That would be good for Jewish guys. Cheap Trickster. Hey. Probably my favorite tribute band moment was when I walked into, was it not the Key Club, but the Gym on Melrose and Poinsettia. And there was an AC/DC. It was all female AC/DC tribute band, but the drummer was Chris Slade, who was in AC/DC. Like, bro, you're doing this in reverse. Ryan, I got to go with O'Neill there, but I would probably see Mervis in about 20 minutes. Burr. Dred Zeppelin's very good. What do you think? Of course, I like the one Kiss tribute band where they all 4 dress up as Gene, and they're called Gene's Addiction. So Les Zeppelin, hello. All right, you kids. Oh, that's cool, AC/DC. I hear they're quite good. I've never seen them personally. We will be streaming tomorrow at some point, probably after I get home from yoga. Dominic, you get the award for funniest person in chat. That gets you nothing. Earl Skakel. Over and out.